Hello everyone and welcome back. I urge you to stick around till the end of the video as I have a few announcements about where I'd like for this channel to go and how I'd love for you all to participate in it. Without further delay, let's get into this. Friday the 13th, aka the definitive embodiment of a slasher type formula done correctly. Whether or not that's a good thing is up to you. Taking a look at this movie, we can clearly see that there are two main themes to the deaths: sex and drugs. Don't believe me? Just wait and see and be amazed as I give you the standard formula to this movie genre. Let's recap the deaths. Drug fanatic eats the dirt. The sex-crazed woman feels the burn. Sex-crazed male gets a sinking feeling. Sex-crazed male number 2 falls for the girl and suffers a splitting headache. The paper liquor gets all choked up. Sex-crazed stupid male used to be an adventurer like you until he took a, yeah, you know. Miss Shetty shows the goods. Minority A gets screwed. Minority B needs to ask you a question. Lady gets mounted by Jason. What you gonna do when they come for... Whoopsie. And there's this fucking asshole. Maybe we should leaves and bring me that ass. Alrighty, let's take a look at the first building blocks to making a good old-fashioned slasher movie. Number 1, connect it to an issue. But first you have to connect it also to the audience. That's the main thing. The characters I just mentioned, I did not mention their names because they're kind of token characters. Just fill them in with anyone else and it'd probably get the same result. But, looking from the moment that Evanescence walks into the woods, we see that their reason to be in the forest isn't as innocent as you may guess. Shocker.
We're gonna stop here. Tomorrow morning, you and me, we get up at dawn, we go, we find the crop, we cut down as much as we can, we ditch it in the truck, back here before breakfast, okay? Guys. Nobody knows a thing.
Though, since it's a horror movie, that's kind of obvious. Like Hubbastank, we have to find a reason for them to be there, and the reason is you. Just kidding, it's pot. Why pot? Well, this is 2009, and many states are starting to legalize it for medical use, and they are actively decriminalizing it, making it easier for teens to get a hold of. To strengthen the argument, most people were aware that it wouldn't be too long before Mary J. was legalized for recreational use, at least in a few states, and they made sure to still label it as a bad guy. Also, according to Dare, it was still on the list of gateway drugs up until 2016, meaning people still feared it as the ultra-dangerous drug, making it the perfect, easily accessible drug for teens in the woods. Drugs, drugs, drugs. What more can I say? Oh right, there's also a strong sexual element. But that one shouldn't come as too big of a shocker for a slasher. Basically, the classic let's go off and have sex in the woods trope wasn't lost on this movie for a reason. However, the main theme of the trope is that the women are the first to be targeted for this punishment. What's the crime? Having sex. What's the punishment? Death. Where do I get this? Just look at the movie. While the having of drugs is bad and having sex is utterly a death sentence, the women are punished first and, as far as deaths go, much more severe. You got sex-crazed lady number 1 getting burned alive. Sex-crazed lady number 2 is getting stabbed in the head with a machete after being chased, watching her boyfriend hit her with, well, deceased boyfriend, watching her hit her with a boat. And then sex lady number 3 gets mounted. I'll let you interpret that how you'd like. Now, why the cheap surfer dude died before the lady? That could be a host of reasons. He could have been killed simply because he was the only one in sight when the girl went underwater. Perhaps it was because he was the one who dragged the girl along to something she was backing out of in the first place, with full intention of sex, broke the rules and was punished for it. Or, my personal favorite, he wasn't using his head and then died as a result, much like the girl. Looking at Jason, the main thing that caused him to be deadly was his deformity. Was he mental? Was he crippled? Not specified.
All these counselors blame them for her son's drowning. He was like deformed or retarded or something.
But he was different, and that's what makes him the villain. Looking at the building blocks for a good old slasher, let's follow the steps. We've connected it to the audience, connected it to an issue, but now we need to isolate the killer, or the villain, from the rest of society. What are we gonna do? Let's make him deformed. Let's make him mental. You know what? Let's do both. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. Now, what did Jason say that made him evil? Nothing. That's what's creepy. Being a killing machine with no voice made him into something uncanny, because when you slowly remove elements of humanity, you cause the villain to become distant, unreachable, unnegotiable. Human is to reason. That's what I wanted to say, and that's how I wanted to say it. Humans can reason, humans can think. Now, maybe he was mute. Could be. It would explain how he drowned while under the watch of the counselors and why Jason's mother was so specific on, you should have been watching Jason all the time. But when Mommy wanted him to kill he did. However, main weakness was also his biggest strength: mother. Now, this could be some loose Freudian reference about how he's sexually into his mother, but I think in this context, it's Jason trying to avenge his mother and do what she wants like a child would. Why does the chick live moderately long? Well, she reminds him of his mother. Why does he listen to her? She reminds him of his mother. Whether or not it's sexual, the fact still stands. The only way to beat the mentally disabled is to mess with their head. That is a little bit of a messed up thing. However, it's not uncommon to society, because we are taught not to isolate them, but to try and communicate with them in some form. Now. She used the only way, and that was a trick. Now, is this movie trying to say that all mentally, handicapped, disabled people are evil? No. No. It's saying, in this sense, that it can be. And that's something that humans have thought for years, thousands of years, in fact. That's nothing against that. However, in this sense, it is a bit of a stretch. But the main theme of this is not that the mental disability is the problem. How he was treated by society and how he's treated by his environment turned him into what he could have been. Because he still cared for what he thought was his mother, but she told him to kill and avenge her, and he was killing to avenge her.
A special, special boy. They must be punished, Jason, for what they did to you, for what they did to me. Kill for mother.
So, to go over the themes. Drugs are bad, sex is bad, but it's worse if you're a woman. Never go off into the woods alone. Always fear the mentally disabled and physically handicapped. And maybe it's not always wise to listen to your parents all the time. Thank you guys for listening. This has been the RC, aka Mr. Dylan, and it's been fun. However, now this is the part where you guys can come in. My next video may take about 3 weeks. I do that to maintain my quality, plus I'm also in school, so it gives me enough time to make it without having to overload myself with a bunch of work. That and the fact that, well, movies are inexpensive. We'll just leave it at that. But I want you guys to tell me what you guys want to see. Here's a list of the movies that I have planned for the next upcoming time. And remember, 2 to 3 weeks is what I give myself. I'm going to leave this poll up for about a week to give you guys a chance to vote. Just leave a comment. I don't really get many comments. I can read them all. But in the meantime, let me know what you want to see. I'm someone who likes video games as well, and while I won't do a full analysis of a video game, I gladly play them. If you guys want to see, I am getting the new Resident Evil, so if you want to see that, by all means, I'll try and hook up a webcam, or if not, you can just listen to me scream like a baby. But I've wanted my channel, because the channels I've been a part of have been games only. I wanted to do movies and games. So tell me what you want to see. If you want to see just a Let's Play, fine. If you want me to stream, I'll do that. But I don't want it to be a bunch of dead space between my movie stuff. If I don't get any response, I will just start posting gaming videos. That's no problem to me. So let me know also what you want. Do you want to see some gameplays? Like the ones you see here?
Wait till I outrun these fucking cops, you motherfucking pieces of shit. Oh no. Oh fuck! Oh no! I got hit! Shit! Fuck! You piece of shit! What the fuck? I can finally solve this fucking problem and you ruined it!
Or do you want to see me just stick to movies? Because while it'd be really boring to just stick to movies because it'd be only like every 2 or 3 weeks, I can. But all I'm saying is, I want this channel to be something that you guys feel like you have a say in. I'll do what you guys do, and if you guys want me to try and find a specific game, maybe on Steam or something, leave a comment. If it ain't too expensive or doesn't take too long, hell, I'll play it. I'll take a look at it. I might even review it and analyze it as I play it. I'm pretty good with that stuff. At least I tend to think so. Remember, thank you guys for listening. This has been a long little rant. I just shouted my opinion out at you for what I think is like 8 minutes. Might be less, I don't know. Leave a like, or just rate my video in general if you disliked it, go ahead and dislike it. I take all criticism with a pretty good thick skin. Leave a comment and I will try and get back to you, but you have to give me something that I can use. This is not a good comment. I can't reply to that. I have no idea what to do with this. This is a good comment, and I typically reply to them. Because, well, I like other people and I like the way you think. Sometimes I miss something, sometimes I get something completely wrong, and you might need to tell me. That's fine. And please, feel free to subscribe for more. I want this to be a channel you guys feel like you have a say in. This has been Dylan, aka the RC. Y'all have a good day now. Peace.